Live from Daytona Beach, Florida, bringing a voice to America's forgotten working class, speaking the truth for the America that Washington left behind, making America great again, 1 hour at a time. This is Trump Talk Live, where we the people have the right voice, presented by the Republican Party of Volusia County. Now, here are your hosts, Vic Baker and Tony Ledbetter.
Greetings, fellow American patriot Trumppublicans, and welcome to the Pearl Harbor Day, Jerusalem Declaration, FBI credibility crisis, Mueller team malpractice, Al Frankengroper Day of Shame, John Conyers comeuppance, tax reform home stretch, Bears Ears pinback episode of Trump Talk Live, the home of fearless truth-telling about President Donald Trump and his bold mission to lead America and the world where no president has gone before. Congress voted more than 22 years ago to recognize reality by acknowledging the holy city of Jerusalem as the one true capital of Israel. The Jewish state has seen Jerusalem as its capital for more than 2,000 years. But no American president before Trump has had the guts to stand up and tell the world to stop pretending otherwise. The United States Embassy will relocate from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. The Palestinians can now forget about using the city as a bargaining chip in endless peace talks that go nowhere. Donald Trump has broken the mold and shamed the cowardice of other world leaders by declaring the obvious. The FBI is in the hot seat as shocking revelations emerge about rampant anti-Trump bias among FBI agents and key deputies of Bob Mueller's witch hunt team. We've learned that Peter Strzok, who was a key agent involved in Hillary's softball FBI interview, was a rabid anti-Trumper and pro-Hillary insider. It was Strzok who changed cover-up Comey's description of Hillary's sloppy email handling as extremely careless instead of gross negligence, which would have triggered prosecution of the same type that hit General Petraeus. It was Strzok who gave immunity to key Hillary informants and lieutenants, and it was Strzok who used the phony Fusion GPS Trump dossier to get warrants for spying on the Trump team. It was Strzok who went after Mike Flynn for lying, but excused Hillary and her accomplices from a mountain of whoppers. FBI Director Christopher Wray had some explaining to do on Capitol Hill today. You'll want to hear Jim Jordan's interrogation. At the same time, the corrupt media is getting caught up in a web of lies again. ABC News had to suspend lefty investigative reporter Brian Ross for journalistic malpractice after falsely reporting that candidate Trump ordered Mike Flynn to talk to the Russians. The New York Times had to retract claims about K.T. McFarland. And a Reuters report about Mueller's subpoenas of Trump bank records from Deutsche Bank turned out to be another fantasy. Folks, they're making stuff up every day. Ultra-liberal, unfunny, bad joke comic Senator Al Frankengroper resigned today for sexual incidents he claimed didn't happen or were misremembered. Who's laughing now, Al? John Conyers retired amid mounting allegations of sexual harassment. This allows Democrats to point the finger at President Trump and at Judge Roy Moore, who largely debunked 40-year-old claims that were made against him. It's a setup, folks. We'll hear from Steve Bannon about what's really going on here. All the while, the Senate passes historic tax reform, and the president promises America he'll deliver the biggest Christmas gift since Reagan. The stock market is soaring, consumer confidence is high, the economy is already growing above 3% GDP, something that never happened under Obama's 8 years, and Trump predicts 6% after tax reform is enacted. The Supreme Court keeps president's new travel plan in effect, and Trump pins Obama's ears back by reversing the federal monument land grab at Bears Ears in Utah. We're coming to you live tonight from Daytona Beach studios of WNDB. You can listen at 93.5 FM or 1150 AM if you're within range. If you're outside the signal area, you can also listen online at TrumpTalkLive.com. You can actually watch us live tonight on the Volusia County Republican Facebook page. We provide a live video feed to Facebook and also to the Vic Baker channel on YouTube. Just search for Trump Talk Live in quotes and find us there. We're grateful, as always, to the Volusia County Teenage Republicans, led by TARS Chair Duncan DeMarche, handling the graphics for our live web stream with capable assistance from fellow Teenage Republican Ian Escalante tonight. Phil Kincaid is the virtuoso of the sound bites, handling the audio portion of our program with professional finesse as always. I'm your Trumpublican truth teller, Vic Baker, hosting Trump Talk Live alongside the tireless America First and MAGA warrior, Volusia County Republican Chairman Tony Ledbetter. Tony.
Thank you, Vic. It's like President Trump said during the election cycle, that we would be winning and winning and winning and winning, and for the last week, I mean, I really feel like it now. I mean, we are really striking up some winning days.